I fell asleep making out with a chick and woke up next to a dude. Nightmare fuel if you think about today's society. I don't think I need to go any farther than that. Trannies. One Christmas break home from college, we go to my buddy, we'll call him Blake's house for a house party. A girl I went to high school with sets me up with one of her friends. We'll call her Bella. I think that was her name, or it could be all movie script. But sets me up with her friend during a game of beer pong. But after a lot of drinks, we end up downstairs in this kid's basement making out on the couch, okay? And she was hot. She was actually, Bella, if you see this and you're single, just hit me up because you were so hot. But it was nothing more than making out or anything, right? I wake up the next morning. Shit, like, things got a little blurry for me. All I remember was making out and falling asleep. I roll over because I hear snoring, and my buddy Beef is next to me. So you go from like a hot chick to this dude with 5 o'clock shadow, not even a foot away from me. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck, dude? No, no, no. Like Eric Andre, nightmare, nightmare, nightmare. I smack Beef. He's like, what the fuck, dude? I'm like, what happened last night? He's like, you got too drunk and you fell asleep when Bella was trying to make out with you. I'm like, oh, thank God. You start running through all the scenarios in your head. I'm like, I didn't think Beef swung that way, but now I'm concerned. We're all waking up, and we had me, Griff, Beef, 7'5", and his girlfriend, now wife. Congratulations again, 7'5", had all rode over together. So we wake up like, what the? Like, how are we going to get back to our cars? 7'5" and his wife had hooked up in the bedroom. And we're talking shit out there. And Beef at 7'5" have fought all the time ever since we started hanging out. So 7'5" walks out with his girlfriend. He's like, good morning, boys. And he shoots his used condom and hits Beef in the forehead. Oh my God, he was freaking out so bad, dude. And Beef's one of those friends, he always reacted to the 10, right? So he's like, what the fuck, dude? He's freaking out. Oh my God, that was one of the funniest nights ever. And, on a side note, this is just an important lesson I learned for the fellas out there. Always check with your boys when it comes to a chick setting you up with another girl because, most of my buddies went to UK, so I never knew the college dynamic when we went home. And one of my buddies was actually, I don't remember if he was trying to get with that Bella chick or he was, kind of a thing with that Bella chick and that was their way of breaking it off. But, me and my buddy, we were cool about it. But that's something, like, for some reason, like, I do think some females do try to start drama, especially when you're younger, college, high school age. If you have a good, genuine friend, never let a chick get in between you guys. There are rare cases where if it's the love of your life and she's the one, like, your buddy should be cool with that. But I do just think it's very rare that your buddy's ex-girlfriend or the chick that hurt your buddy is ever the one for you. I'm not saying there's not rare cases, but most of the time, I would never end a genuine, true friendship over a female. And that's just my little spiel of advice on here. But and honestly, not even the making out part, that was funny with that. When 7'5" shot that used condom and hit Beef in the forehead with it, that was one of the funniest things, right? Because, you're laying down there hungover on the sectional, and we're kind of yelling for 7'5" to get up because he's riding with us. And sure enough, he shot that thing like a damn slingshot, hit Beef right in the forehead. I think Beef might have fell off the couch. He was freaking out so bad. So one of my favorite stories from college. And honestly, that's one of the fun things I always enjoyed about going to a different college than all of your high school friends. Like, that's an important thing too. Never let what the crowd is doing or, the opinions of other people prevent you from doing what you really want to do or what you feel you have a calling to do. It took me a long time to just start trusting and following my instincts. And while I believe everything happens for a reason and it's all lessons learned, I do think it cost me some opportunities early on in my life because I was so worried about getting an opinion from a family member or worried about, what my friends or family were doing in a comparison to myself. And, like, we're all walking our own path, and you have to trust your instincts and chase what you really want with your life. Because at the end of the day, it's your life. It's nobody else's. And I'm not saying don't go to people for advice. I'm not saying, especially when you're younger, don't seek out people who have had more life experience or, find people that you kind of want to model your life after because you see what they have and you want something similar. But at the end of the day, we're all individuals. We all have something that we are super talented or driven to do. And I just think that you have to walk your own path when it comes to making important decisions. And going to a college kind of away from everybody from high school and getting out on my own, it was a really positive experience for me. And I just hope that everybody out there, that you have the self-confidence and the belief in yourself to make your own decision when it comes to college, career path, and just chasing your dreams in life. So That's my spiel on here. One of my favorite stories of all time. And we'll be back with more soon. Talks to Tom.
Taking shots by the lake till I can't even breathe no more, see no more. I was riding around town thinking to myself, is it
I went to bed.
easier? I'll be up and away after shake and bake, but I can't even breathe no more. What's it to me? What can I see? Taking shots by the lake till I can't